Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars universe seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also let's not forget about their new Star Wars movies, their new Star Wars TV shows, and other projects currently in the works by George, John, and Dave. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do make sure to post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really interact with you guys further. So what's even all the more exciting now is that, well, not only are we getting very close to the Boba Fett series debuting on Disney+, but we're also going to be getting closer to the marketing run for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series that's going to begin once the Boba Fett show comes to a close. So that's another thing to actually be excited for, is that right around March or so, give or take, is when the Kenobi TV series, the marketing for that is really going to ramp up, leading to Star Wars Celebration, where we're going to be learning a lot more about new Star Wars TV show announcements, movie announcements, Star Wars lore, such as the books, the novels, and the comics, and so on and so forth. Now, the thing about everything related to, of course, Lucasfilm as a company, we know that they have been very flawed the past couple of years, extremely flawed with the Star Wars sequel trilogy movies. Some of you may disagree with that, and that's fine, but it's pretty safe to say that the majority of Star Wars fans were very much unsatisfied with the way of how things turned out to be for episodes 7 through 9. Now, moving ahead to where we are right now, alright, we are in a better spot than what we were with, of course, with Kathleen Kennedy holding full creative power over all Star Wars projects. As of now, she is only strictly involved with the Acolyte TV series on a creative scale. Other than that, you know, it's all John, George, and Dave, and Robert, and Deborah Chow. They're all doing amazing work with the new Star Wars TV series. However, of course, given that Disney and Lucasfilm are creating multiple new Star Wars TV shows that will be unveiled at Celebration of 2022, many fans are also prepared for the new Star Wars lore that will be illustrated in books and comics, and even video games that will further advance the Star Wars universe. However, recently writer Leslye Headland and Kathleen Kennedy are doing the unthinkable with the Acolyte TV series by allowing Kathleen Kennedy to portray a new character dubbed as Crystal in the new Star Wars TV series. So let me just stop right here. A couple of days ago we went over this, of how Kathleen Kennedy is going to be playing a new character in the Acolyte TV show. We will be going over new details about that development and exactly what's really happening. So it's described that, of course, Kathleen Kennedy is set to portray a new type of guard that holds a bag of kyber crystals. However, the scene is already planned to be shot by this April, and the entire scene's concept art and storyboards have already been completed and are in the final stages for the series. Kennedy's character is described to be approached by a dark side user in the show, where this unknown dark side character is looking to craft a special kind of lightsaber design. This is when the character goes to Crystal, aka Kathleen Kennedy, for help of choosing the right kyber crystal for her saber design. Kennedy's character design is described to be human, however her outfit is many combinations of Padme Amidala's costumes from the prequel trilogy movies. So essentially what they're doing is that Kathleen Kennedy's character Crystal, the costume design is going to be a combination of pretty much all of Padme Amidala's designs, from episode 1 leading to episode 3. Now, I've said this time and time again, I think that this is all a terrible idea of incorporating somebody like Kathleen Kennedy to portray a character in the Acolyte TV series. It's only going to make things worse, in my opinion. Moving on. In order to give it a unique and complex design, Leslye Headland wants to do it that way. Kathleen Kennedy is set to have a total of 3 lines of dialogue for her glorified cameo in the show, and that it all takes place in front of a Sith temple of some sorts. Given that this show is going to be very much associated with the dark side, Kathleen Kennedy is described to be some kind of gatekeeper of knowledge about other dark side users, hidden across the galaxy that she holds knowledge of, as well as of course, hidden Sith lore. So, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Acolyte TV series takes place at the tail end of the High Republic era, roughly 70 to 80 years before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. The thing that worries me the most is what Leslye Headland said, is that she's going to be creating a lot of changes toward the Phantom Menace, some retcons, if you will, and I think that's one thing to be a little concerned about. Now, further, of course, Kathleen Kennedy is described to have been the one to have proposed the idea of her playing in a Star Wars TV show, as she realized that even George Lucas had a cameo in Revenge of the Sith. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but he actually portrayed a character very briefly. It was a very quick 5-second shot in Revenge of the Sith. So though Kennedy will be providing dialogue in the series and is going to actually have 3 hours worth of makeup done, as well as costume preparation in March before they begin filming in April, her costume is described to be both red and black in nature, with a raised collar with a special kind of hairstyle that is also inspired from multiple hairstyles from Padme Amidala. Now, Leslye Headland really seems to be really engaged in basing Kennedy's character on a mixture of designs of Padme Amidala's designs, both, of course, hairstyle-wise and costume design-wise. So, further, of course, this character crystal is going to also be explored in new High Republic books for 2022 and even comics to create this familiarity for fans before Kennedy plays the character in 2023. Leslye Headland is described to be the one writing the lines of dialogue for Kennedy, and even allowing Kathleen to, at the very least, write one line of dialogue for herself to have fun with in the new series. This is something that Disney CEO Bob Chapek is not crazy about, as he feels that this may be overreaching by including a president of Lucasfilm to play a character in a Star Wars TV show. George Lucas was an exception, given that he himself was the one making Revenge of the Sith at the time. However, Kennedy is more so into the business of Star Wars. Kennedy is said to announce that she will have an appearance in the series on stage at Star Wars Celebration of 2022, which is not all that far off. That's basically around 6 months away. Now, the thing about this that worries me is the fact that if Kathleen Kennedy is the one that came up with herself to portray a new character in the Acolyte TV series, it only makes you think, what else is going to happen with the Acolyte TV show? Well, we already know that she wants Rian Johnson to direct a handful of episodes for the Acolyte TV series. I think that's a terrible choice. She's pushing for that. I think it's absolutely a horrible idea to do something on that level. But who am I to judge, Kathleen Kennedy becoming a character in Episode 9, right? We have yet to have seen it, but I will say I am proud to prematurely say that I don't believe it's going to turn out that great at all. I think it's going to be a disaster. I don't think it's going to be good. I think it could very well mark itself down as one of the biggest jokes in Star Wars history. I think that what they're doing right now just seems a little too out of place, unrealistic. It seems very strange to me to have Kathleen Kennedy playing a cameo of a character in Star Wars, especially a character that is going to be pretty much this gatekeeper of knowledge of Sith lore and holding these kyber crystals that's going to work in aid for this new dark side character. Again, in case you guys did not know, the Acolyte TV series is simply labeled as a mystery thriller about emerging dark side powers. This is all associated with the dark side of the Force. Yes, on paper it sounds exciting and interesting, right? But we all know who's pretty much attached to this. We got Leslye Headland and Kathleen Kennedy working on everything about the creativity of this. So overall, guys, let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.